Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Mike Forfia. I had the honor and privilege of being the bass player on the Urbana 2022 Worship Team. And as we look forward to the release of some recordings from the Urbana 22 conference, thought that I would just talk through three things that were important to me as part of the team leading up to the experience last year, and a couple things that I learned, and then play through probably my favorite piece from the entire, 35 songs that we prepared, which was this medley of Caribbean worship songs. So first off, three things that were important to me leading into the conference last year, and actually over the whole 9 months that we were together as a team. It was really important to me to try to come into the space well. It was really important to me to be humble and also to be confident, right? And over the course of that 9 months, I really kind of started to learn ways that those three things are interconnected, right? I wanted to come into the space well because this has been around for, 70 or 80 years, something like that. My aunt, I found this out, my aunt went in 1970 to Urbana. I didn't even know that until the day before the conference, but it's been around for a long time. It's put together with a lot of effort. It's put together with a lot of intention, and I had a role to play in this great movement and in this conference that is meant to be a platform in the U.S. to highlight the global church, right? So I didn't want to come in a way that would distract from that, right? I also wanted to come in with humility. I know that there are things that I don't know, and I am around a group of people, and so I wanted to be able to I wanted to be intentional about a posture, an attitude, an approach that would be open, be curious, be flexible, be adaptable, and let myself learn from this experience how to be a good support, both as a bass player, but also as a Christian and a member of the team. But with that, I also wanted to be confident. I wanted to come in and be willing to show up, show out, do the things that I know that I can do, and be the support that they expect among the other people. So as you can already kind of tell, I realized that there are some connections between that. Coming into this space well does mean coming with humility. It means being mindful of things that I don't know and being mindful of the people around me. But confidence also is required, and like a true confidence, not this braggadocious kind of thing, but a true confidence really is, in some ways, knowing what you do know and that you do know things, and being willing to use those tools to support other people. I saw it as kind of two sides of the same coin. Now, I learned so much, and there would be so much to talk about here, but I kind of want to focus on the scripture that was coming up. It's from Ephesians 6. It talks about putting on the full armor of God. I thought about this over and over and over again last year. And, we've heard the part about not wrestling with flesh and blood, but with principalities. There's systems that people are subject to and not being. We've heard a lot about the full armor of God, right? The breastplate of righteousness, the sword of truth, right? I think it says, as shoes for your feet, wear whatever will make you proclaim the gospel of peace. Wear some comfy shoes, right? But I remember a sermon from a while back from the church I was attending, Bridge Church, NYC. We had a guest pastor who talked about how often in that passage it just says stand. It doesn't say battle. It doesn't say, go forth or anything. Over and over and over again, it says, wear the full armor of God. Understand that we're not battling flesh and blood, but these systems, and stand there. And so over and over and over again, I found myself wrestling with this feeling of, maybe I'm not supposed to be here. Maybe there's somebody better qualified. Maybe there's somebody who's, more Christian in a way, that as somebody who came late to the church, I didn't start attending on my own because I wanted to go to church, because I wanted to learn about the faith until I was 28. But by that point, I had been playing in churches for 16 years, right? So I felt a little bit of an imposter that whole time, and I think that crept into this experience last year. But truthfully, I also learned people, again, I learned about just how intentional people had been in trying to create a space that highlights the global church through multicultural, multi-ethnic worship, through reconciliation and some real justice work in the global church. And so I felt, who am I? But I also had to just continually humble myself, say, I'm a part of this team. People aren't coming to this conference to see me. I do have a role to play. I can try to do that role really, really well and learn while I'm there, support others, but truthfully, I also had to wrestle with a little bit of the fact that maybe I couldn't deserve this, maybe I couldn't earn this, but I could be worthy and I could be grateful. So there's just a little bit about my experience there. I wanted to come into the space well. I wanted to move with humility and also confidence. And a large part of that for me over the course of the year, it wasn't just about knowing the mission. It wasn't just about knowing the notes, but it was trying to get my heart in order and trying to let myself be there emotionally to remember that there's a God who loves me and that I'm worthy of care and love and redemption. So all that said, I could go on and on and on about that, but I wanted to share one of my favorite songs from the conference. This is the medley of Caribbean worship tunes that we did. This was a request from David and Larry to do that little love this. To the two. This isn't out yet, so I'm playing along to a recording from our rehearsals. Now we're gonna take you to Haiti. I hope nobody's mad about this. I think it sounds lovely. Hits.
M'a Sauvé. M'a Sauvé. Again, M'a Sauvé. He saved me. M'a Sauvé. M'a Sauvé. Alléluia. M'a Sauvé. Alléluia. Il m'a aimé. Il m'a aimé. Il m'a aimé.
This one might be likely to be played in my neighborhood here. There's a number of Haitian churches in Flatbush, and some of the people I met at the conference, they were actually from this same neighborhood. Il m'a touché. So it's kind of special to think that by learning some of these songs that come from the Haitian worship tradition. Hey, David, I hear you. That by learning some of these songs, I might actually be able to have a little bit closer connection to some of my neighbors. We're about to go to hits and to a little key bass section. When I set up my key bass, I try to set it up with like a preset where something's really soft at first. kind of like an organ sound. So there's not a lot of attack. I also have someone with attack because obviously we need that. But it gives me an option when there's like a soft section to support on bass with the electric. Might be a little too harsh. Here we go. Some Ron Canoli. Oops. Ha. We added oh right, there we go. We added some hits and some chords. Little harmony there. So we added some hits, we added some chords. Right there in this arrangement, we go straight to the verse. But if you listen to the original, there's like a sweet little bass part. So right here, instead of the inversion, I like going down straight to the 4. But the next time I'll do the inversion. Woo! You hear Larry? Go, Amir. It's kind of like a little parchito alto rhythm, which comes from Brazil. Hitting right after the one there, right here. That's kind of like a little gospel move. So doing this arrangement, we want to honor the original, but when we get all these different people together, it's like it becomes this different thing. Listen to Larry right here. I love this. Woo! Anyway, that was I can't wait for you to hear the recordings that are coming out. And it was just such a blessing to be involved. So thank you to everybody. Thank you to my buddy Jason for recommending me. Thank you to Amir and the whole team.